We all know that gross revenue isn't the same as personal profit. So start with the fact that you're talking about 6 years of a contract for a company that had offices in 3 cities. And the fact is that my personal part of that was about $35,000 a year. It wasn't $1.6 million. So I just want to start setting the stage here. Second, I had 2 interests in advising them. And we told them up front we would do no lobbying of any kind. One is I had a very long history of working with Habitat for Humanity. And I really want to find ways to help poor people learn to build their own house, own their own house, manage their own house. And I think that's a very important thing for America. Not how do you give them a mortgage they can't afford so they go broke, but how do you have a system where people can earn the right to be a homeowner. The second thing I was interested in doing was government-sponsored enterprises, which I think are legitimate. I mean, the fact that these 2 were badly run and these 2 became stupid doesn't mean, for example, as I said the other night in the debate, electric membership co-ops, rural telephone, credit unions. We've had lots of government-sponsored enterprises over the years. We've done lots of different things that are clever that aren't automatically dangerous or bad. So start with that. Now, there are only 2, and we may actually do an ad on this. I've been thinking about it for the last 2 days, because this is clearly the one thing that is so direct and so immediate that it needs to be answered. Most of the rest of it's just junk and will wear out after a while. So there are 2 pieces of record. I wrote an article which they posted, and that article at Freddie Mac, and that article includes you need to have more regulation. This is before the disaster. The disaster occurs. The only time I talk to the House Republicans about Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac is in the New York Times. This is not secret. Any of my opponents could have, Googled this and found it before they ran ads that were false. And in the New York Times it says, I went up to a House Republican conference in July of 2008, and I said, do not give them the money. Vote no on the housing bill because they shouldn't get bailed out. Now, I don't expect any of my competitors to run out tomorrow morning and run a brand new ad that says, oh gosh, Newt actually protected the taxpayer from Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae. But the truth is, if you look at the New York Times ad, the New York Times article, that's exactly what I did. Because I want to draw a distinction. In the private sector, I was an advisor. And people could come in and say to me, here's my problem. And I'd give them my best advice. My positions as a citizen were never once for sale or for rent. I have spent my lifetime since I was 15, and my dad served 27 years in the infantry, and I believe in serving this country. And from the time I was 15 on, I've tried to serve this country, and I have said what I believe to be true, no matter what it cost. And it would never have occurred to me to ever fudge on that, because it would have violated everything my entire life had been about.